Field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans, it's Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be another high priority replay from RJB. Been trying to cast these in the month of December for a gift for you guys. And again, I usually don't post on Fridays, but the last two Fridays, I've been posting on Friday. So, check out those. It's Effort versus JYJ, a nice little ZVT for ya. And I'm going to do it again on next Friday and the next Friday after that. I'm going to stop saying Friday now. This is Ascension. Top side, we've got ourselves a red Terran player. It is Rush. And then we've got Mini down here. He's a teal Protoss player. 10-minute Flash is watching. I think that's Sexy, if I remember correctly. Or Speed. I guess he's more known now. That sexy name is kind of older at this point. So yeah. And Jum, who is... I want to say it's Shuttle. One of Shuttle's alts, but I'm not entirely sure there. Anyway, Mini, an elite, terrifying ASL winning Protoss player from a couple years ago and took second place in the most recent ASL. So he is no joke, ladies and gentlemen. He is very, very good. And then Rush. I think Rush took a second place in an ASL this year or last year. All right, we've got a second. I'm going to look this up real quick. I like being accurate when I talk about the histories and the resumes of these players. It makes me feel better if I'm not just like, I think this is what's going on. Anyway, let's see. Major win. Second place, that's a team battle, whatever. Third place in ASL 16. Second place in ASL 14. Second place in ASL 12. There we go. Yeah, that's about right. He has won some team leagues, but I don't really count those, and nobody does. So yeah, back in 2022 and 2021, it took second places in ASL 12 and ASL 14. So yeah, both these players, elite. Like, elite, top of the crop here. Are we Nexus firsting? We are. Mini Nexus firsting on Ascension. It's a 3-player map, not a 4-player map, so not quite as unsafe as doing it on a 2-player map, but not as safe as doing it on a 4-player map, somewhere in between. But getting a gateway now, not going so crazy as to go like 3 Nexus before gate, which would be hilarious, and I'd love to cast a game like that someday. Then the Terran player shows up and is like, wait, what, where's your, why don't you have a gateway? What is happening? And the Protoss player probably dies, because that's a dumb thing to do. But I don't know, maybe they can get away with it against someone who doesn't feel like SCV scouting at some point. However, SCV scouts are pretty darn common. And in normal, when you look at them here, I mean, in PvTs especially. Ooh, 2-gate follow-up. So he's just going to go a bunch of Zealots to kind of deal with any pressure that maybe tries to get put on him, because the SCV is going to see this Nexus first. And I think he's going to start building a bunker. I really do. You have to punish a Nexus first. A Protoss player who does that and gets away with it is way ahead of you. Don't like it, man. Cybercore coming in after the second gate, and factory on the way. I mean, Rush is treating this like a regular game. It's like, what I'm going to do is what I always do, which is get a factory and then expand. All will be well. And he's not trying to punish this at all. I mean, these Zealots are coming, right? So you getting a bunker up here. These Marines, maybe if they started walking as soon as the SCVs saw the Nexus first, they could get here. And they could maybe hop inside the bunker, and it might have worked, honestly. I don't know. I guess maybe he assumed the Zealots would come out faster than this, but I think he delayed. He might have delayed making Zealots until that Cybercore started, which is weird. I don't know, mind games. Mind games abound here. Alright, so now the Zealots are on the offensive, which is nuts! Like, come on, you went Nexus first and you get to be aggressive in this PvT? Mini, you absolute monster. What are you doing here? Well, he's being aggressive off the back of a Nexus first place. Shut up. Got it. Got it. Myself to me. I mean, this is just very standard stuff, right? Vulture movement. It's going to help against the incoming Zealots, which this SCV saw was coming with the 2-gate opening. Now there's 2 Dragoons. The pressure here is immense. He's not getting singularity charge for the Dragoons, which is odd. He's getting a Robo instead. This Vulture's like, I'm gonna kill all the Zealots by myself. You can't stop me. And then the Dragoons show up and they're like, oh yeah? Well, we're their big brothers. Yeah, we're just running by. We're just running by that bunker. We're not gonna fight a bunker. What do you think we are, crazy? And behold, the SCV devs. How many SCVs will die in exchange for these Dragoons and these Zealots? Oh, nice snipe on that Vulture. That Vulture's gonna die too. Wait, unless you don't get that last hit on it. Oh, there's too much stuff. There's too much stuff protecting him. So, you know, a couple SCVs died. It's still 26 to 22 workers in favor of the Terran, which is actually pretty nice. And now that we're on 2 base to 2 base, everything's okay, right? Terran says, all right, even base against a Protoss, I feel good about it. My mech will be cost efficient. Everything will turn out quite nicely. It's when the Protoss starts getting a 3rd base and a 4th base and a 5th base that then you really start to struggle here. But 2 base to 2 base, there's just not much to worry about, man. I mean, if it's a 2 base all in that you're not quite ready for, and it's a ton of charge lots and ranged Dragoons, maybe an Arbiter throwing a recall into your main, you thought they were expanding and they weren't, then that can get really dangerous. But if you keep an eye on things, see what's going on with the power of Comsat. Targeting the Spider Mine. Not well enough, though. Oh, Mini, that was a blunder. Yeah, more Spider Mines being laid. Oh, Dragoons staying out of range. Vulture's going after the guys on gas. Actually, kind of wasting some shots on Dragoons there. That's not what they want to do. These Spider Mines inside the base. The good news is there's an Observer on the way. So we don't have to live in fear of these Spider Mines for too long. Just another, you know, until this Observer finishes building. It doesn't take that long to do. Oh, he's leaving. Goodbye, Observer. Did he just... He did not just take a hit there. No, I don't think he did. I think he triggered, killed. Ah, almost got to see a trigger kill. Those are nice. All right, tanks up. We got siege mode on the way. +1 vehicle weapons coming in. And a shuttle. There's that obs. Okay, so second obs comes in. Clears all the spider mines from inside this natural base of Mini. Vulture says, you're going to take a 3rd base down here. I at least want some kind of advanced notice for it. Or maybe you can fake it out by attacking me with Dragoons, and then no probe comes down here at all, and it is a 2-baser, right? Right. So again, highly recommended. Super recommended DEFCON 1 replay from RJB for December 2023. Check him out, youtube.com/@RJB_TV. If you like StarCraft, another good channel to sub to. All right, well, what do we got here? We've got a couple Dragoons. They did clear out that Vulture, and now the 3rd base is coming up. So what Rush thinks is happening is happening. Though I haven't heard a scan in a minute. Okay, we've got to turn off these guys. That way we can accurately turn off Rush's or Mini's vision when we do a scan and see what the scan is of. Good. So, the obs parking. That's also really good. Just you know exactly what's coming. Tanks. All right, already some Goliaths out. That's interesting. Maybe worried about 2-base Arbiter, which is definitely something we have seen in the past, but this time we're going for Reavers instead. SCV came down and did scout this 3rd base exists. So that's great information to get as Rush. He knows the 3rd base of the Protoss is up and rolling and happy, and by that I mean it's not quite finished warping in, but it's happy nevertheless. Ka-chow. Ah, egg exploding. There is a weird bug that if the Observer has the egg selected and it dies, then the game crashes. So I was very, very careful not to have the egg selected when someone's attacking it. Although it is always pretty obvious that when someone's attacking the egg, because you can hear the sounds of battle, but there's no battle going on. It's like when Protoss has to kill their own gateways to get out of their own bases, or kill a pylon that's blocking a Reaver inside, stuff like that, right? Vulture's on the run out. Must get some information. Must get some harassment. Must throw down spider mines. That is our directive today. And so far, so good. That's why they're, yeah, that nice little wall there. But nice target fire. Okay, 2 or 3 probes just died. Every Vulture died, but I don't know. Some probes died, some spider mines got laid. A little bit of fear was struck into the heart of our Protoss player Mini. Reaver unload, and he's like, all right, this turret prevented me from getting deeper into this base, so it must die first. And then, oh, he's not pulling the SCVs. He's not pulling the SCVs. Now he's pulling the SCVs, and yeah, it's not connecting for any damage, is it? Nope. Spider Mine eats, oh, the Zealot eats the Spider Mine. Okay, so we're not getting a ton of damage here, but that was all right. That was an okay little drop. Could have been better, could have been worse. Not going to get greedy, not going to lose the shuttle and the Reaver for nothing at this point. There's a scan, and we just happen to be lucky to see where it is. I mean, he knows there's a robotic support bay. He knows there's also a robo because it's here, and the second one is coming in. So if this is... what is this? Is this like mass Reaver drop play? Is this a viable strategy? I guess. And then trying to get a drop shot down this left side, a drop ship down this left side with vultures in it, but Dragoons are in position to shut that down immediately. So that doesn't get anything done, unfortunately, here for Rush. That said, he's got 58 SCVs to 56 probes. He's rocking the 2 bases. Third base here, maybe, or over here, maybe. He's got a couple options. Ascension isn't a great map for expansions, but we're not playing Zergs here, right? Really what you worry about with wide open expansions like this is Zerg. But, I don't know, less concerning if you're dealing with a Protoss enemy, because if, you have a wall, they can destroy it pretty easily anyway. Lings can't do that super duper effectively. At least not at this stage of the game. Once they have Adrenal and +2 or +3 attack, then yes, for sure. It can happen. Nice little picturesque setup here. And then the Vultures swing around the deep way and kill like a probe there. Seated up this potential 4th base of minis with spider mines. And yeah, just being active with your vultures. Terran players, if you struggle with this matchup, being active with your vultures is a lot. It's honestly a lot of you being able to win against a really good Protoss player, slowing them down. They're trying to Zerg you. They're trying to get a ton of bases. Killing their bases, killing their drones and their probes is worth its weight in gold. Really keeps trying to get up there. Yeah, look at this. Look at this Doom drop. Zealot, Dragoon, couple Reavers. What is this? Fastest map? Mini's bringing fastest map strats into 1v1. Unfortunately, they're going to fly right over some spider mines. Whether or not Rush notices this or not, I don't know. Is he moving his army to try to deal with it? Kind of. But pathing is hard. And here comes the drop. Zealots absorbing a bunch of whatever spider mines are here, jumping on top of a siege tank. Giving the Reaver... there's another tank, but the Reaver snipes it. Hey, let's take down an armory. Let's deny an upgrade. I don't know if the upgrade was denied or not. Looks like it was. That's only +1. I think that was +2. That just got denied. Okay, Shuttle's getting wiped out by Goliath with Charon boost and missile turrets. This Reaver's he's okay. I mean, hey, if you want to let me kill you guys... Stupid vultures, absolutely. I'll add to my kill count. I will not say no to that. Oh, got 2 for the price of 1 there. Nicely done. I don't think that was worth. It's still 60 SCVs, 61 probes. I don't think many SCVs died there at all. Really good SCV pull, good tank positioning, good. I mean, Goliath positioning was fantastic too. Got a Wraith out to try to help with this stuff as well. High Templar being added into the composition for Mini because those are good in every matchup. Which, I mean, come on. Storm, best spell in the game, right? Just best thing in the game. Just never not useful. Okay, Storm drop. Okay. I mean, it's still 60 SCVs in the house. So I don't know. Oh, that was a better Storm, though. He flung over this way, just killed 5 SCVs. Okay, that was fine. Trying to get an Archon up there behind this mineral line. Very sneaky-like. Like, look, I'm blue. These mineral deposits are also blue. Ah, crap, you saw me. Die, Goliath, die. And 10 kills on that guy before we die. Again, taking all 5 of the kills, maybe even more, whatever. Taking the kills from both High Templar that he used to be. So, 4th base is done for Mini. 5th base is coming up during all of this shenaniganry down the right side. Vultures are trying to shut it down. They're not very good at doing that, but they will do some damage that will be felt when this Nexus warps in. If it warps in, potentially. Another Storm drop here at the 3rd base. Good. Storm's good. Another Vulture attack trying to get in, but I mean, this is an adequately defended base if ever I have seen one. These probes transferring. Oh my gosh, Rush just recognizing the vulnerability of just a few probes transferring over to that 4th base. Killed a couple of them. Didn't try to kill all of them, and then ran into a cannon, but again, trying to kill workers. It's 53 SCVs to 48 probes right now. Is that another storm drop up here? That's a 15 kill High Templar. Whoa. All right. So 55 to 50 workers. Terran is up. He's on 3 bases. He's got the 3 gases. He's not working with the 3rd gas right now. Vultures finally got shut down over here, but this Nexus is on fire thanks to the work of those brave vultures. Attacking something that they weren't really ever gonna, they weren't ever gonna kill. I mean, look. Fine. Yes, sometimes in games like this, sometimes when there's a lot going on and it's an elite Protoss player, they'll kind of let it die because there's a lot of other stuff going on. But it's pretty rare. The odds are low. Gateway units at +1 attack, no armor, no shields. It's a +1/+1 for the factory units. And the Vultures tried to get in here before the cannons would finish, but no. Second cannon, too much. Good job putting spider mines out of the range of the cannon. See, there's an obs here, so not as good, I guess. Zealots in mid-stride are told to stop right here. So they stop mid-stride, and I thought my game had locked up for a second. That was amazing. They were coming up this ramp like, I mean, they were ready, man. They were bats out of hell. And no, then they just stopped and let the Dragoons clear out these spider mines that they knew existed. So they're like, thanks for not running me into spider mines, Commander Mini. I really appreciate that. I could be of much more use than just clearing spider mines with my zealot body. I can kill things. Yeah, this is Vulture stuff of Rush. This is how you do it. This is how you take a 2nd place in a couple ASLs, is you have to be active with your Vultures. If you're just going to sit at home on 3 bases, it's not going to work out for you. It's not against good Protoss. They're going to expand a million times, which is exactly what's happening here, actually. The expanding a million times part of this plan for Mini is going just fine. Yeah, he's lost some probes. Absolutely, but no Nexuses have died, and it's kind of hard for a Terran to kill Nexuses this stage of the game. I don't know about coming in here, though, Mini. This is a lot. Although, okay, good storms. That's a gajillion siege tanks. The storms do not care. He did shove the Terran off at this high ground position and say, it is mine now. And then it was. And then it was his. Oh, gosh, more storms. How many storms are there? Infinite. I believe the correct term for it is infinite storms. This is amazing. This is a good game. So far, so good. Tons of storm drops, a lot of Vulture action. We had Reavers early that did some work, too. $157 to $141 supply. I mean, Terran's at 2-2 upgrades. Good Zealot bombs, good storms, more storms. Might have hurt his own Zealots a little bit more than anything else there. It's only +1 attack. I mean, +2 is just about done for the Protoss. Gosh, just knowing exactly how many storms to throw down based on the available HP of those tanks is so good. This is why Mini's an ASL champion. This is why he took a 2nd place this year. I mean, his ASL title was like bunch of years ago is the thing. So that he was good enough back then to win and take 2nd place in the most recent ASL is just awesome. Awesome stuff here for Mini. I like Mini a lot. He's doing great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6th base coming up for him. 4th base just now getting established for Rush. Rush reminds me of Mega Man 3? Great storms on those tanks, man. Unfortunately, there's enough Vultures here that your High Templar all die, and there were no real SCVs to kill either, so there they are. They're coming in now, but only after it's been declared a safe work zone by these Vultures and these tanks. But yeah, they're, you know, Mega Man. The whole point of Mega Man is that you pick up different abilities throughout the game, usually by killing enemy bosses and taking their powers and making them available for yourself. One of the abilities is Rush, which I think you just get without killing a boss, where like you summon a robot dog who can turn into kind of a hoverboard for you. It's very cool. That's what I always think of when I hear the name Rush, is Mega Man 3, a Nintendo Entertainment System game from like 1995. Seriously. Is that even when Rush was introduced? Don't know. We'll figure it out at some point. Big attack from Mini heading up. Just eating spider mines, eating siege tank shots. He knows. I guess I haven't said the phrase keep the tank count down yet today, but I think it's just assumed that Mini is doing that. We've seen enough tanks die that we're feeling pretty good about it. Yeah, Mega Man, yep. He was introduced in Mega Man 3. That's when Rush was introduced. By golly, I was correct about that. Look at me remembering something. When did Mega Man 3 come out, Falcon? Well, according to the internet. As there's another storm drop. He just stormed the command center. That's not the best thing I've ever seen. It's okay, I guess. 66 to 68 workers. Protoss is up, but it's been kind of a back and forth thing here. Oh, wow. September 28th, 1990 is when Mega Man 3 came out. Yep, I'm old. Definitely old. Great game, though. That held up. I mean, that was one of the great Nintendo titles through most of the 90s, I would say. Yeah, Mega Man. Good music, good gameplay, which is big. The story is really basic, but it's a Nintendo Entertainment System game. None of those things had great stories. Super Nintendo is really, I don't know, maybe some of the Final Fantasies, the early Final Fantasies had some decent story, but other than that, I mean, that was not really the norm, you know? All right, what's happening here? Mini coming in again. He's got High Templar. He's got a ton of Zealots and Dragoons. Gonna wipe out that tank. He's got Reavers in the mix here too. High ground positioning can cover a lot, but can't quite cover everything up here at the natural base, which is what these vultures are trying to do. But you know, just getting through this narrow choke. This Dragoon is attacking a missile turret and stopping the advancement of all of his buddies. Actually, you can attack stuff on the very edges of the main base from outside over this chasm. Or is that water? I don't know. It kind of looks like clouds. Probably water. We're going to go with water. But look at this, man. Mini's taken every available base on the map. Except for this one. But, I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases. 8 bases to 4. Mini's done enough to win this game. The first 20 minutes have been his. He has killed enough siege tanks. He has taken enough bases. He has all of the options for things like Reavers and shuttles and siege tanks and... What, not siege tanks. And Dragoons. And High Templar. He's got the charge lots. EMP's on the way. From Rush. He's doing everything pretty well too, but I don't know. How many times have I seen a TVP where the Protoss is on 8 bases and the Terran's on 4 and the Terran wins it? But you know what? This game is not over yet. I haven't seen anyone type a GG. Rush is maxed out, so keeping the tank count low, does it really matter if your opponent gets maxed out at some point later on? Maybe it doesn't really matter. Maybe that's the secret. He's trying to high ground Reaver this stuff. Kind of working out for him. A bit, anyway. Bit of a small attack into this left side fourth base. If this fourth base goes down for Rush, that is catastrophic. That is an abysmal loss for him, and there's just not enough to stop it here. He has to bring more guys down, but look at these guys holding this ramp. These 4 Dragoons go attack that command center and kill it. That'd be nice. Yeah, +3 attack. EMP on that Archon as it was summoning. Tough way to go. Command center gets safely to some high ground the Dragoons can't really see. Yeah, can see. Maybe can't reach, though. Kind of stuck back here, huh? This is where it'd be nice to have a little bit of recall for evacuation purposes rather than for aggression purposes, right? And that's it. Last base on the map has been taken. It's a 5th base by Rush, and he needed that. He couldn't leave it alone. I mean, I don't think Mini needs it to win. But if Rush wasn't going to take it, I think Mini was very happy about leaving it. The problem being that you just put tanks in here as Rush and this base, and all the probes die if you take it as a Protoss. So Mini was just not even going to attempt it, but he was going to take every other available base on the map. And then if Rush takes it, it makes it a little bit harder for Mini to win, but hey. What's life without a little bit of difficulty here and there, you know? Scan. Nothing. Oh, still nothing new inside the main base. He's checking for a carrier transition. When he scans this area, he's looking for a carrier transition, which Mini has not been super interested at all in going for here. Not that he won't. Again, this game is not over. But good storms. Again, great storms. It's just you're fighting against that. Tank fire from the high ground, wiping out everything you have with its 2 feet on the ground. I guess maybe High Templar are floating, so their feet are not on the ground. But yeah, sure, you killed, I don't know, 5 or 6 tanks there, but the remaining tanks, high ground, no. This is a no-go zone, and Mini had to back it out. Of course, he recognizes that. Oh, I lied. There's a base over here. Oh my gosh, and there's a base over here. Okay, I'm a giant liar. There are 2 additional bases that have not been taken yet. And I don't know why. I mean, Mini, you're at 2,600 minerals. Just toss up like 2 Nexuses. Just take them. Like, I kind of understand as there's a drop on this left side. I kind of understand not taking this one because tanks can set up here and shell it pretty effectively, but this one's so far away from Effort's anything right now. Effort is controlling this left side of the map. He has nothing to do with the right side here. So, I mean, taking a Nexus here doesn't seem like that'd be the worst thing in the world. That said, maybe you're less concerned about expanding because Rush is on the move. That's right, Rush has 3-3. Rush has a bunch of EMP-able science vessels. Wait, no. They're doing the EMPing. EMPing science vessels. Is there anything in these shuttles? No? Okay. Sometimes those shuttles that hang out after drops frighten me because I think maybe the Protoss forgot to unload something. And then, you know, 5 minutes after you forgot that they're there, they come back and they do 2 storms and wipe out your entire mineral line there. But in this case, no. There's nothing in those shuttles at all. So look, no matter if you're a Protoss fan or a Terran fan, I think, you know, you could probably agree this has been a really fun game for both y'all. Anytime there's a game that gets to like the 27-30 minute mark, I think is a good game. I just don't see any reason to call it, this other race is Imba, or, you know, do a lot of complaining. I do feel like if you have a strategy where you can defeat the other, you know, the other player in like 10 minutes, that feels like there's nothing they can do to stop it, then that is when I will complain. But when you can make it this deep into a game, I don't think either Rush or Mini has any reason to complain about anything right now. Both players have taken their hits. I mean, obviously more SCVs have died today because storm drops are really good, but, and, you know, the probe attacks have kind of fallen off. I don't know why. Maybe Rush just kind of forgot. Maybe he's got other stuff going on. But is this going to be one of these games where the Terran just kind of shows up, kills a base, wanders down, kills a base, wanders down, kills a base, wanders down, kills a base, right? Just kind of gets this snowball rolling. Making a snowball at the top of the mountain and gently tossing it down the slope and just watching it grow to a win. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be one of those games or not. Protoss can kind of do it too. It's just, this is such a good spread. Arbiter Tribunal coming in. Yeah, I mean, going this long without Arbiters seems like one heck of a risky play. Stasis is worth its weight in gold against these tanks. You stasis 3 tanks, another stasis, another 3 tanks, and the power of this comp is greatly reduced. Another Zealot drop, a little bit of storm action here. SCVs evacuate, but not too far. Maybe they should evacuate too far. I don't know. But yeah, Mini attacking 2 places at once. Okay, these Zealots aren't really going to get a lot done. I lied, they're going to kill a tank. Maybe Friendly Fire Tank Splash had more to do with it than anything else. Oh, another one died thanks to Friendly Fire Tank Splash. And a Spider Mine killed another tank because of Friendly Fire Tank Splash. Yeah, man, it's the downside of tanks. Oh, the first science vessel to go down. "17 Zealots coming in at a time. No Dragoons being added here. Recognizing that maybe the tank count is a little bit heavier than the Vulture count. Although, I don't know, there are still plenty of Spider Mines out here. Some vultures spinning around, and 5 vultures at a time being produced. So Rush, he's down 50 supply. Those last 2 engagements have gone pretty well for Mini, but Mini's just been able to rebuild. I guess maybe part of the 17 Zealots is the 6,000 mineral bank and the 200 gas bank that Mini's dealing with right now. He's going to sack some probes to free up overall supply. 200 is our max, as everybody knows. But yeah, these probes getting shelled by tank fire. Or was that some kind of a weird transfer? It might have been a probe transfer. But consider he's not making any more probes, I'm just going to consider that a probe sack. Even if it wasn't a super traditional one, you know? I don't know, Protoss players, is it feeling helpless right now? You're like, I've killed so many tanks, and every tank I kill, 2 more take their place. Alright, this is it. This is the sound every Terran's wanting to hear. The sound of a siege tank sieging up in range of a base. That's exactly what this is. Oh, and little high ground spot too. Yeah, this map has a lot of good high ground spots. Maybe it is a bit of a more Terran-favored map. The wide open areas are kind of better for Protoss, but these high ground positions that do seem to exist in a bunch of places. Tank friendly here on Ascension. Maybe that's a reason we don't see a ton of games on this map. All right, Mini says, could we get in here and take down this 4th? That'd be really good for us. But tanks are coming home, and this is it. This is the secret of Terran. You don't have to have your whole army sit here and kill this base. Leave 4 or 5 tanks, bring the rest of them back if you're dealing with a major attack, and he is. Wipe out the major attack and leave these guys to do what they want to do. He's going to ready to expand there too after that Nexus is dead. So, yep, Rush is playing this well right now. As I said, the early game I think belonged to Mini, but Rush has just kept expanding, kept macroing, kept working on upgrades. Zealot bomb. It's a Zealot bomb. Oh, he drags a spider mine all the way to that tank. I don't know if that was on purpose. I feel like it kind of was. What a sick move. Oh, High Templar hiding behind a mineral line. Just kidding. I mean, they could have moved up here a little bit and got out of that tank range. Yeah, so that's a base away from you and a new base for me, says Rush. This is a slow strangle. I'm feeling a slow strangle here from Terran. Siege tanks, there you go. 2 tanks to kill a base. The rest of the army kind of covering their backs, kind of holding position. Make sure that the bases he has don't go down. Not as good if you kill an enemy base, but you lose 3 of your bases. Ooh, nice Reaver hit. Sick Reaver hit. Mini. Defensive Matrix is up. Doesn't last forever, but a little bit more durability for your tanks is going to be useful. Yeah, and Mini's got to fall back. Been able to kill this base, that would have been nice. This Nexus actually has survived with 73 HP, which is, I mean, just a bit of a modern miracle here for Mini. That's a scan. He's like, all right, got to get a tank firing on that thing. Just, you know, casual little 2-shot. See you later, Nexus. Oh, Mini. He still has more minerals in the bank. Did he just do a recall? I think it's just, yep, a recall at the 4th base of Rush, though. Don't count Mini out yet. He does temporarily at least take down this base. These guys need to be targeting that command center. At least get it down into burning. Killing it is the priority, though, because repair is always an option. And then Zealots come up this way while Rush is a little bit distracted, but then a ton of Ultras arrive, and these Zealots are going to have a fairly bad time. Yeah, the sound of Zealots dying in the morning. Ooh, good storm, though. Good storm, though. Vultures are tough to storm because they are fast little guys. So, no, they didn't get this command center, but it's burning. It's burning, and this high ground stuff makes it so hard to continue to roll. All right, Mini, I see you. You're up 60 supply. You're up here attacking the command center for some reason instead of getting inside that mineral line. That was maybe not the greatest thing I've ever seen. Kill this one tank. Drag a spider mine onto it. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, pig. Ooh. Missile turret, not priority. Get at these SCVs. Well, sure, we brought some Dragoons along. That should be enough to deal with these SCV boys. Also, Zealots are getting some hits before they get evaporated. More Zealots unloading. SCV stuck. Mini. Is he making a bit of a comeback here? He certainly is. He's up 200 to 125 supply. Whoa, his bank is down. This game not over yet. Nice EMP on that High Templar. Great stuff by these science vessels. Okay, so Rush does respond well enough to save that top right base, but this left side base is not coming back. I thought for a second there, Mini had expanded, but he doesn't really have the cash for that. He is rebuilding this right side base, but a bunch of siege tanks just showed up, and I don't know if that's going to happen either. The back and forth here has been absolutely impeccable. Just really, really, really high level stuff here. Back and forth in general. Thanks, RJB, for the sick replay, man. This is a good one, without a doubt. Whoa. Okay, spider mines all over the place. All right, Nexus finishes warping in, immediately dies. This Arbiter has a plan, though. I see you, Arbiter. I see you and all of your plans. Any EMPs available? No. Recall into the top right base of the Terran. And yeah, that's enough Protoss to wipe out the defenses that are here. Reinforcing dudes that are kind of outside are trying to do something about it. SCV is running. 57 to 36 workers. Another attack on the right side here by Mini. At least making sure this base never comes up. And I don't know, is going up to this base even worth at this stage? Ooh, big hits. Get it into red. Get it into red. Get it into red. Get it into red. A couple more hits into red. Oh, not into red. Close. Close, though. Ooh, reinforcements. Coming through a little narrow choke. Not what you want to do, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Siege tanks. Okay, good target firing there. Good storms. These two tanks are very close to dead. Yep, okay. Wow, both tanks are dead. This command center is now in the red. An accidental poem from Falcon, and it goes down. SCVs come back to work like there's a work to come back to. Surprise! There's not. A bunch of tanks show up, and at least they make this a relatively safe working location, but, well, there's not enough money to rebuild a command center. The thing is, you have other command centers you can float over. Command centers at bases you're not doing anything with right now. Might as well start the float, I say. However, you're down 151 to 94 supply. Not as bad as it's been. Rush is scrapping. Oh, he's bringing this command center up. Where did he bring... What? Where... I don't... Just recently die again. It looks like that rubble is relatively recent. Okay, well, maybe I was all distracted by this. Some units came down and killed this Nexus again. That seems... I guess it seems reasonable and possible. Don't know, man. 143 to 86 supply is not where you want to be if you're a Terran, but the siege tank is good. This might be the rare Protoss win, where it gets late game and the Protoss doesn't go into carriers and still gets the victory. It's tough. It is tough out there to go super late game against a Terran where they have full upgrades. There's all this high ground on this map. You've got Storm and Arbiters and Dragoons and Zealots and siege tanks just in general really hard to deal with. So Rush gets this base back. This base is not back for Mini, and Vulture's making sure this base is not even ever attempted to be taken, and same thing down here. I am really shocked. I just don't know. What are you worried about from taking this base, other than tank positions here? Any tanks that come here you can deal with, right? Storm, another storm drop up here. Good SCV pull, keeping him alive. 29 SCVs to 56 probes, but available mineral patches don't warrant either of these counts, really. This is the base of mining for Rush right now. Everything is mined out. This base is the mining base for Mini, and he's long distance mining it. Not what you want to see. Very High Templar snipe. Another High Templar snipe. Mini, have you stopped microing, lad? That's not a good sign for Protoss fans. When you've stopped microing, probes are like, we must no, you can expand here. This probe wants to do it, but all this gosh darn army's in the way. Get out of the way, friends. Ooh, stasis. Okay, 3 of the 5 tanks get stasis up at this top right. Also blocking. Ooh, a 4th tank gets stasis. Blocking a 5th tank gets stasis. And the tanks that show up have to kind of come from out of bounds here. SCVs are fighting. That's a desperation play if ever I've seen one. Tanks down, tanks down. This base dying again. Has Mini done it? Has Mini done it? Is he long distance mining for his only source of income right now? And at 100 minerals in his bank, and yet he's winning? Oh no, the vultures have found the long distance mining probes. No probes. There's 45 more of those you came from. Do you have enough actual army to deal with this stuff as it comes out of stasis? Sort of. Ow. Ow. Okay, this is... Oh, nice storm taking down a science vessel. Not great. Okay, there was enough, and I think that's your GG. This vulture, though... Yep, GG. Rush taps out. 6 kill. Vulture says, but boss, I was still fighting. It doesn't matter. Get out of there, says the commander. Oh, that was something. That was an absolutely insanely good PVT. Thanks again for the replay, RJB. That was awesome. Man. I am flabbergasted by that win. That was tough. That was, I mean, really a really tough game from both players. I gotta say that. Mini's at 120 supply. He's long distance mining for his only source of income. Okay, I lied. He's got 2 mineral patches down here. Most of his income is long distance mining. And it's not like it's not the farthest, but it's not the closest either, right? Yeah, yeah, so he did the thing. He did the ground Protoss thing against a ground meching Terran. Didn't fall apart. Never really just kind of walked his army into a bunch of siege tanks. It was always with the greater goal of killing tanks, taking a position. And yeah, he took enough bases to where he had a bank, and he needed almost every mineral in that mineral bank to win this game. Because he went from 6,000 minerals in the bank to 200 here. And if Rush just had a little bit more, if he just had a little bit more, he would have been able to pull it out. So great. I mean, truly great game from Mini here. Absolutely disgusting. GG. And just he got the early game, mid game, it kind of fell apart on him. But he came back in the end. 333,000 points to 369,000 points. Mini gets the win there. APM's pretty close, 355 to 337. The Protoss got outproduced today, which is interesting. That's a lot of vultures. And outkilled today. Structures raised is 40 by Mini, only 18 by Rush. That's a big factor for sure, but this is the number. 109,000 resources spent to 77,000 resources spent in 41 minutes. Yeah, that'll do. What is that? 23 plus 9 is like 32. 32,000 resources spent. That's what 8 bases will do for you, ladies and gentlemen. That is what will do. So overall, I mean, come on. That was a great PVT. I'm epic tagging it. That was such a great time. Anytime the winner is long distance mining and has like 100 minerals in the bank, I feel like it's an epic tag. So there you go. All right. So that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.